Hey guys, RCrockin here, and today I'm going to make a follow-up video on a video that I've done a while back. It was an M46 Patton snapshot. Now, now in that video I mentioned the M46 Patton is one of my favorite tanks. I do say it again and again, and that's because it really is one of my favorite tanks in the game. Now, recently, in the 9.2 update that came the other day, or yesterday, the Patton got a major buff, to make it more competitive with other tanks. So, to point out the buff, just go here and look at the gun stats. The aiming time of gun has been moved. The gun's aiming time has been lowered, I believe, by 0.2 seconds. Now, also, the dispersion on the move, which is basically how the gun fires on the move, has also been buffed. With some minor buffs to the turret traverse dispersion among the turret traverse of a tank, and so on. So that basically they have buffed the Patton's gun to make it deal more damage. So basically what that means is you can now fire on the move more and more likely hit on the Patton, and the Patton is a great tank for firing on the move. Even before the patch. And that was like one of the main ideas of a Patton line. You look at the tech tree. Back when there were only tier 9 and they introduced tier 10 tanks, the Patton was considered OP. This is 8.7, 7.5. And it got a nerf. The nerf bat hit it and it became terrible at firing on the move. Well, basically what they've done at M46 is they have actually pushed it back towards its former glory a bit. So without further ado, let's go ahead and go into the game and see what the effects of this nerf are. If you want to see before they buffed the tank, when it was a nerfed tank, go ahead and check out my M46 Patton snapshot video, as I did a quick review of the Patton, and I will leave a link to the video at the end of this video in an annotation. So let's go ahead and get into a battle. Hello, and we're back. And boy, have I got a replay for you guys. You guys are going to enjoy this replay. So let's go ahead and speed through. Nope, that's too much. Was it up and down arrows? Alright, we're going down one. So, when this game started, I didn't have very much confidence in it. Let's bring up the minimap. Now, from the matchup keys here, we have two M103s. They have an extra heavy tank. They have an M46 Patton. They have a T-54E1, Waffenträger aus Panzer IV, T-32, and some heavy tanks, tier 7 and 8 scattered about. And we have some tier 7, 8 medium tanks, two tier 8 medium tanks, tier 7 heavy tank, and two M103s on our side. We also have one more tank destroyer to make up for the fact that they have one more heavy tank. Now continuing. Now when I look at this game, I think Patton, because this game was an amazing game. Just really had a good start to it. And up there's a chat going insane. And that's the only thing that worried me about this game was the chat. It had a nice start. It had basically everything I wanted. Now, so here I am using my spot range, seeing if I can spot anyone going over that area. So I look back, make sure that I'm not going to hit anything. Take one last look there, see the KV-1 free, and decide to move up because the other people on my team are moving up too. And this is one of those tanks where you really gotta be a support tank, but you still have to be part of the battle. It's a really good tank. It has an amazing gun depression. That's one of the characteristics. Now there is another Patton on the ridgeline, a T-54 in the background, which I did not notice before, and an E-75. Now see the E-75, see the Patton, think, screw it. We'll see what happens and learn from there. No, and you can tell that Patton saw my mistake and tried to move up. So I see the Patton over here. And wow, I was tunnel visioned. I did not see that at all. So let's just go look at this from my point of view. What this looked like. So is the KV free? I'm not sure why that bounced. And wow. I was tunnel visioned. Holy crap, I was really tunnel visioned. I think that was the noise though that set me off. So I see the ammo rack, I take a shot at the E75's ammo rack as he comes up. I believe that was the KV-1 for you, pin me. So I go around, and I shoot his turret cheek. Now see this M46 Patton there? I finally realized that he is there and he has a clear shot here. So I decide, well, this is an area where my tank can hide from enemy fire, and so why not? Patton realizes I'm singling him out, runs off. He sees things going sour very quickly. And I want to get a few shots on him, and I will. So, just a quick little cap here. We got 3 heavy tanks on the enemy, or 2 heavy tanks on the enemy team with a T-54 in the background. But Patton is running away, scared, and I'm just feeding off of his KV-1 free, like, free kills. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm just checking on that Patton, noticing he ran away. So I decide, okay, I'll take one shot to KV-1 free. And notice here how I just did that. What I just did there was I knew that these two had shots on this way, meaning that they would not poke out to shoot at me normally. Of course, a questionable player would do that, so there's something that you can stay careful about, and I might need to stay careful about next time. And that's kind of what you gotta be careful about in the Patton, is the fact that at any time, some idiot will try and pop a shot at you. And luckily, there is no one camping this ridgeline, but if there was a TD camping this ridgeline, he would be very obligated to take shots toward my direction. But luckily, I just have my turret barely popping up over this ridgeline. Look how well I've hidden my tank. I think that really helped me out when it came to snipers. So I'm taking pot shots at this Patton as he tries to run away. So I knock his tracks out, and the Patton has an 8-second reload, so I'm trying to stay back, and I just bounced the rear of a Patton. Now the Patton has 32mm of armor on the back. Put that in perspective. You get 218mm of pin. I don't know what happened there. His tracks may have ate the shot, or I may have shot through his rear drive wheel, damaged his tracks, slid off the side of his tank, or just, I don't know. I think it may have been just a glitch. Penetration mechanics today weren't too great. So I decided, yeah, I'm not gonna take a shot on him. Look at this tiger, and not interested. I see his T-44 54 is moving up, and then this is where this is an instinct of medium tank. Okay, if you're a medium tank player, you know this instinct as well as I do. Whenever you see a medium tank out alone, you have to help him. At this tier, it's like you cannot be alone. And when you see this guy's gonna die. So you need to help him out and make sure he doesn't die and stick together via team. And that's kind of an instinct that I get when I'm in my Patton and a lot of my medium tanks. And you actually see it a lot, especially in tier 9 medium players. There's an instinct, it's factual for mediums. And the M48 is a great wolf packing tank too. So we're just taking advantages of the shots on the side. And I notice that he's shooting at me, so I'm going to go ahead and put this building between me and him. Now that was the T-54 shooting over there. And I believe what just took out the, what was it, Alt? IS. I believe the 12244 got the IS or the M103. M103 got the IS. So he gets shot here, and I was fairly lucky there, but there's the factual instinct that we medium tanks get. Now, the T-54 at the time, I thought was back there. I'm showing it right now on the Fang. Or on the mini-map, I don't know why I call it the Fang. Now, what I did there was if you didn't realize the play there, I backed up while engaging that T-32, so put the building between me and that T-54. E1. Now, in all fairness, I did not realize there was a rock there. I was firing at a rock thinking that my shells were hitting something or just missing because the Patton's accuracy before this match I'd known to be very inaccurate. So I go ahead and look around the tree. Oh, there is a rock there. So yeah. I go up and I try to see if I can get a shot. See this T-25 AT all alone. Bounce up over the ridgeline there. That was pretty epic. See if I can get a shot here. He realizes I'm trying to find a shot on him. Well played. And I did not realize he was finding a retreat time. I thought he was just camping in the back. And I was like, maybe he's not so dumb. So, go ahead and move up. And this is where things get really nice in the damage department. And get a bit close, if you will. And you'll get this sometimes with a Patton. Things will get close. Now, I'm being very careful of that RHM. And I was paying so much attention to the RHM, I did not realize there was a T-29 around the corner. But luckily, he's using the low alpha damage gun, which is 200 damage, which is the medium tank gun. So I go ahead and this guy actually bounces off my mud flap. Look what he does. Look at the scrape. Look how much he missed. He literally missed right there. He missed my tank. Just skimmed it over. Right over the mud flap. If I was in a mud flap, that would have caused damage. Alright, so he takes a shot. I fire. M103 comes up. Finishes him off. So at this point, I know T-29's all alone. And I did not expect him to be expecting me around that corner. M48 Patton, M46 Patton. Very smart, and it is something that it is kind of common to see Pattons run away from the battle to find better ground. I've done it in my Patton before, and when you see things falling apart like that, sometimes the best thing to do is fall back. It is very true. So I'm seeing if he will pop out again, zooming in so I can get a better shot on him. And I know that ISA is not gonna hit me. And this play here is just great. So me and this M103, which we're both Korean wartime tanks. I think we both know it, and we're like, yeah, teaming up. Great minds think alike. So Waffenschlager, or not Waffenschlager, Waffenschlager. So here I'm just, look what I'm doing. This was one of the riskiest moves I made. But look how much of a shot he actually has. I just shot at him from this angle. That's how much of a shot he has on my tank. One of the key things of this tank is you have a very soft tank, so you really want to poke that gun around corners and over crests. And I didn't realize that at the time, so I immediately made a U-line this way, trying to get out of his arc of fire. Wow, I didn't actually realize I went directly that route too. So I'm thinking of getting him. M103 starts bullying the IS-8, so I'm just taking the shot here. It's just beautiful. Beautiful shot there. And I'm just poking around this corner. Zooming in, placing my shot. That was probably a great shot if you ask me. That was an amazing shot. I'm gonna take that for the thumbnail. Just an in-action shot. That would be cool. I don't have it on In God We Trust on the other side of the turret. Just trying to find a good shot. So let's go. So let's go ahead and go back 20 seconds, and I'll show you this from my point of view. So I just took that shot from the angle, thinking that I probably bounce or might pin. And look where I placed my shot. Look how I'm placing my shot. Now I back off thinking he's gonna fire at me. He rams it. And that is how the battle ended. Now what I had done there is I placed a shot right onto his lower glacis. Or up onto his upper glacis, I should say. I'm gonna take a print screenshot of that, because holy crap, that's pretty. That is pretty. Where do I do it? Sorry, you guys know me, I like taking screenshots. This is something I know I like doing. And that, congrats to that T-54, because he was a trooper. He was a solid trooper. He did very well this game along with me. Ooh, that's a nice one. Alright, let's continue. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom back 20 seconds and show you guys just a little hint. Just to show you guys this. For anyone who's new to World of Tanks or is watching this to learn. So taking my shot here and see that spot there? See where I am aiming? Right there, there is a solid line that goes down. There's a crest. And there's a pre-pike piece of armor right there. Now, what he is doing is face hugging. Now, the IS-8 is the tank where he enjoys the face hug. This tank. This tank does, like, I'm not sure. This is awkward to say. But basically, it's a face hugging tactic. I'm taking advantage of them being distracted, of him aiming at the weak spot. Right there. And him just sticking his gun barrel right through the turret. And he's just holding him still for me. That's exactly what he's doing, and we're both taking down the health of this IS-8. So a great example of teamwork. I mean, that's where the shot goes in. So let's zoom in. And that was that. Now, that was a great game, if you ask me. I quite enjoyed the game. And it just That's really how you gotta play Patton. Patton is a teamwork tank, and it works best being a support unit. And that is exactly what I was doing there, because it is a true medium tank. So if you did like this, so actually, no. I am going to go ahead and go into the battle results that I pre-recorded for this replay after I had this battle, and basically show you guys the results of the battle. It's just an epic replay that I wanted to share that I did really well in and enjoyed. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get on to that clip. Hello guys, and we're back. So this is the final report of a battle. Now, I had done about, if we go into this team score here, I had done the most damage on our team. And I beat M103, which was the guy I was following, I believe, by quite a lot. And the M46 Patton, I've already got my mastery on it. This would have been a mastery if I didn't. Now this is a very good game. Now, the best game I've ever had in a Patton was a 6,647 damage game. That was the best game I've ever had. I got about 7 kills. No, I've gotten 6 kills. I've had more than 6 kills in a battle before, but because it was at a higher tier, I had more damage done than you would say, I believe. What was the battle that I got 7 kills on? Was it a Churchill? When it was down at that tier, things have less health. So, that's why at high tiers, you know, it's hard to kill things sometimes. And this truly does, this replay kind of demonstrates my love for the Patton. It's just that rush, that battle, you know, the domination when you do fight and your enemies are forced to accept it and so on. I'm just making this up now. Anyway, so if we look at the damage scores, I have gotten a high caliber, a Confederate, the M103, I got a steel wall. And I even got the most XP on our team. So, despite the fact that I had not gotten the most kills, remember, it is not kills that matter when it comes to these games. It is damage. When it comes to World of Tanks, your score, everything is on damage. And our team, in almost every case here, if you look to left or right, has nearly doubled or equaled the amount of damage. Whoa, ISU 152. What you doing, man? Look at him. Tiger 1, 1000. T54, 2000. M103, 1000. T95, 2000. And they seem to be nearly matched right there. 2000 damage, 2000 damage. T54 E1, the autoloader that was hiding in the back of the map, managed to do 2135 damage. How, I'm not sure. He was hiding in the back of a map. Maybe he got a few shots off. When he got a shot off on me, that was a bit annoying. But M103, 3147 damage. Waffenschlager auf Panzerwehr, Fia, 2161 damage. 4,400. So, I feel like that game really demonstrates the power of a Patton. And when used in the right hands, even hands that haven't held it in a long time, it can still be a dominant tank. And that's why I like to call it the king of a medium tank. Or not the king, the prince of medium tanks. Because the M48 Patton is the king of medium tanks. And it's very balanced. It is a very balanced tank, and it takes a lot of skill to use it properly. And that's kind of the thing about the Patton. You gotta have skill to use it properly, and that's what I enjoy. It's just demonstrating my skill. Because, yeah, you have win rate and all that, but that doesn't matter in the heat of things. What matters is what you're doing, how you're doing it, and if you're doing it right. Do it right, you do it good. I should reword that. I'm sorry, but I just realized what that sounded like. I'm positive that quote has been used somewhere before, but I cannot remember. Anyway, so that was my 4,000 damage game in my Patton. One of the best games I've ever had in a Patton. And I even got a Confederate medal out of it, because me and this, T-54... Actually, Confederate medal. Oh. Right, because I didn't get the most kills on my team. That's really something I aim for in this tank. That's what I feel like you gotta aim for in this tank. You gotta aim for damage done. You gotta be aggressive. But you also have to be careful. You have to be clever, because if you're not clever in this tank, and you're not careful in this tank, you can get shoot up rather quickly and easily. And, point in case, there's an M46 Patton. Down here he's done 800 damage. It is a very capable tank. There's no doubt about it. So it is worth the grind though. It is a great tank. I enjoy it. And this recent patch has made it even better than it was before, honestly. So on that note, I hope that you did like the video. If so, leave a like, or subscribe if you want more. I will leave annotations in the video. If those annotations are not up, please do leave a comment and I'll see what I can do about that. I will also leave a link on the bottom left of the screen to the previous video. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.